Marcus Smart breaks Max Strus's ankles. The NBA is a professional game, but many times unquestionable things happen on the court. Such an incident happened with Marcus Smart and Max Strus. What happened that shocked the fans? Let's find out. After a discouraging loss in Game 1, the Boston Celtics did not make the same mistakes again. They destroyed the Miami Heat en route to tying the series. The return of DPOY Marcus Smart proved crucial as Boston's strength was able to limit Miami's offense and make it difficult for them to score. But something else happened that no one anticipated. Marcus Osmond Smart is a professional basketball player who currently plays for the Boston Celtics in the NBA championship. He is an excellent combination of intensity, size, strength, instinct, and competitiveness. He was drafted into the NBA in 2014 as the 6th overall pick. Max Strus is a rising National Basketball Association scorer and shooting guard. He played for teams such as the Windy City Bulls and the Chicago Bulls as a free agent. The eventually celebrated basketball player is currently playing for the Miami Heat and the Sioux Falls Skyforce. Coming from an athletic background, Max has gained much more than his age. Believing in the saying, "Good things happen to good people who stay dedicated," he has achieved much success. How did it all start? The Miami Heat were unable to make a comeback despite the best efforts of Jimmy Butler, who played his heart out. The first half of Game 1 between the Celtics and the Heat was completely controlled by Boston. On the other hand, it appeared that they were having difficulty in the second half. The Heat consistently put up points, and Boston was unable to respond because they were missing the defensive anchor that the Celtics provide. On the other hand, a large number of Celts returned to exact their revenge. Not only did they completely dominate the home team, but they were also able to maintain control of the game's progression in each of the 4 quarters. The Celtics were able to come away with a significant victory in the series, thanks in large part to Smart's successful return to action. How did the Celtics overcome the defeat? The series was tied at 1 game each thanks to a remarkable performance by the Boston Celtics against the Miami Heat. After suffering a crushing defeat in Game 1, Boston exacted its revenge on Miami in Game 2. They had 70 points by the end of the first half, and the tandem of Jaylen Brown and Jason Tatum was running wild. Marcus Smart, who had been out for the first half of the game, came back and completely reversed the tide with a maddening performance in the second half. And to put the cherry on top of his remarkable comeback, he finished off Max Strus with a stunning ankle breaker. He got behind the Heat guard, who was on the floor with plenty of mobility, and made an extremely simple jump from the free throw line. Similarly, spectators went mad while seeing the ridiculous moves that the Celtics guard was performing. Jason Tatum once again got out to a fast start, leading the way for the Celtics with 5 rebounds, 5 assists, and a total of 27 points on the board. Jaylen Brown, who shared the scoring lead with him, also had a fantastic game, finishing with 24 points, 8 rebounds, and 3 assists. Nevertheless, their defensive guard Marcus Smart was the primary differentiator. During the second half, 2 of the Celtics scorers started to slow down, and Smart handled the offense very well. To showcase his comeback to the team, he recorded 9 rebounds, 12 assists, 3 steals, 24 points, and 1 block. So what happened on the court? Marcus Smart was unable to play in Game 1 of the Eastern Finals against the Miami Heat because of an injury to his right foot, but he returned to give the Heat a difficult time in Game 2. The absence of both he and Al Horford in the first game of the series allowed the Heat to take control. Marcus Smart, on the other hand, exhibited his skills on both sides of the field during Game 2 of the series. Not only was he the finest defender, but he was also the best offensive player. Because he was Jimmy Butler's primary defender, he was able to successfully slow him down, which eventually led to an offensive revival by the Miami Heat. It was a match that carried a lot of weight for both squads. The Celtics were determined to earn a tie, and as a result, they sent Smart across the country to complete the assignment for his team. Not only did he deliver an outstanding performance, but he also broke several ankles in the process. You did indeed hear it correctly, broken ankles. There was still a total of 2 minutes and 34 seconds left in the third quarter. In the process of bringing the ball up, Marcus performed a crossover on Max Strus and also had him spinning on the floor for a few seconds before bringing him down. This was, in all honesty, an amazing crossover and not a throwaway at all. In addition, Marcus performed a long leap on Max Strus's face, which left the entire bench in a frenzy and pumped up for the game. Many people had a variety of opinions in response to the ankle-breaking lethal crossover between Max Strus and Marcus Smart. What caused such a rage in Smart? The Boston Celtics dominated the Miami Heat in Game 2, which resulted in a 127-102 victory for the Celtics over the Heat. Now that the series is deadlocked, they will continue it in Boston for Games 3 and 4, which will give them all the momentum they need to win the series. Marcus Smart burdened a significant portion of the responsibility for the Celtics' defeat in Game 1. Marcus Smart placed the blame on himself, even though spectators from the outside thought the entire team was at fault. The majority of people thought that the Miami Heat just outplayed the Boston Celtics. Regardless of the reasons why Marcus Smart and the rest of the Boston Celtics came into Game 2 with the intention of doing significantly better than they had in the previous game, they did. Marcus Smart is the point guard of the Boston Celtics as well as their enforcer. In Game 2, Marcus Smart made strong plays on offense and did so on defense as well. When talking about offense, the Miami Heat have plenty of options. Even with Kyle Lowry out, the Heat still have Bam Adebayo, Tyler Herr, and even Jimmy Butler. While Bam is the Heat's defensive anchor, he can get the task done on the offensive end of the floor as well. Marcus Smart is playing his role in helping Jaylen Brown and Jason Tatum lead the Boston Celtics to the NBA Finals. The only issue is that Bam Adebayo and Jimmy Butler have unfinished business from the NBA Finals left over from their appearance in 2020. Marcus Smart set the tone when he wore Max Strus and looked like an amateur when he broke his ankles and left him on the floor. What were the other players' reactions? The Boston Celtics secured a monumental victory over the Miami Heat in Game 2 of the Eastern Conference Finals to propel the series back to the forefront of attention. The Celtics were dominant throughout the game. One play in particular demonstrated Smart's rising domination as a quarterback. Smart was the starter for the team. Marcus Smart was able to trick Max Strus of Miami all through this game, and the Celtics bench was impressed with his play. What's next for the Miami Heat? Jimmy Butler, who was playing for the Miami Heat and putting up a fight, gave it his all out on the court. Despite his team's defeat, the All-Star scored a game-high 29 points and added 6 rebounds and 3 assists to his stat line. As the Heat struggled to win at home, Gabe Vincent finished as the team's second leading scorer with just 14 points, trailing only Butler. They now have to fly to Boston and play in front of a hostile crowd on the road, which is a significant setback after their amazing victory in the first game. Fans are appreciating Marcus Smart for his performance as DPOY in the game, and there are hundreds of positive reactions to his ankle-breaking killer of Mark Strus. Getting his ankles stomped on by a green-haired man will undoubtedly make for a great tale for Strus to tell his kids. This ends the video for today. What are your thoughts on this ankle-breaking performance? Share it with us. Also, like and subscribe to the channel to see more NBA videos and news. See you next time.